My name's Jeff, and I love beer. I don't just mean that I love to drink it though. I mean I'm passionate about the history of beer, how it's made, and what's in store for the future of beer. Some might call me a beer snob, but I see it a bit differently. I want to learn about all beers. It's time to go exploring in the world of beer. Vegas is fun and all, but its little brother Henderson often gets lost in that Sin City shuffle. You shouldn't forget about Henderson though, because apparently there's a booming craft beer scene happening here. This is an area known as the Booze District, and apparently that means we're on the right path to finding places that pique our interest. More importantly, they're gonna quench our thirst. Our first stop is the CraftHaus Brewery, and it's the passion project of a husband and wife team that want to bring better beer to this area. So much so that they've worked hard to change the licensing and make it easier for new breweries to come in. Additionally, there's a team of brewers here that have traveled the globe learning about their favorite beers. That sounds like a recipe for hopsess. That's a horrible pun, and I apologize. I clearly need more beer to think of better things to say. How long have you guys been up and running?
We opened September 12th of last year, so about 5 months.
Awesome. And how's it been so far?
It's been great. We've seen an overwhelming response from our community. They're happy to come into a drinking establishment that doesn't have video gaming machines or smoking, because we are Las Vegas area and most people are used to the Nevada style brew pub, which we are not.
So there's no smoking in here?
No.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is such a great relief from being out on the Strip or most places in Vegas.
Well, it's important that you smell your beer as long as taste your beer.
Very good. There's no smoky haze hanging in here. So what kind of beer do you guys like to make? I mean, you've got the Saison and the IPA and stuff like that. Is there anything else you guys have done or are looking to try?
We are influenced by a lot of Belgian styles, so that's why our first core was a Saison. We like to play around and experiment, and we like to tweak and find a traditional recipe and then tweak it with something fun and interesting or innovative new way to brew it.
Now SNS in the back, the brewers, where'd you guys meet them?
Steve and Steph are originally from Australia. Steve is from Perth and Steph is from Adelaide. They met when they were going to brewing school.
We were both back at home. We'd both graduated from Edith Cowan University's Brewing Sciences course. We're both about 2.5 years into our jobs, and yeah, we just both decided that we probably need to kind of get out on the road and travel. When you actually do learn at a university, brewing techs only go up to a certain point. There's so much new technology and new techniques that are being taught and practiced across the US. And it's a lot of this stuff like sour aging and barrel aging and stuff. You know, people that are doing it are at the cutting edge of what they're doing. So it's kind of get up and go see what other people are doing.
So what type of crowd do you see rolling through CraftHaus?
We actually have a large demographic. Originally we thought we would have a younger demographic, but we're finding actually that we're getting a wide range. You know, we're getting individual people coming through, we're getting older couples coming through. It's really interesting. And we also thought that we would just be mostly getting locals coming in and appreciating what we've created here. But we're finding that people also are making the trek from the Strip. They might be in town for a bachelor party, they might be in town for a business conference. They appreciate and respect craft beer. It's in their city where they're from, and they want to kind of go, you know, to a place that reminds them of their home, and they'll kind of find us out. And we're about 15 minutes off of the Las Vegas Boulevard, so not too far. And for most of those craft beer fans, they're willing to make the trip to come out and hang out and have a beer.
Yeah, just hop in a quick Uber and get your ass out to Henderson and have some really good beer. How have you been releasing your seasonals? What's your, because you have your mainstays, but you also have some tweaked and stuff like that. What's that release schedule been like?
We have been doing, so far we've released 2 seasonals, again, because we've only been open 4 months. So our first seasonal was a Resolute Rye, it was a rye beer, and that was back in the fall. And it was a fantastic beer, really enjoyed it. So much so the community is asking for that to be a core. So we're so new, we have our 2 cores and then we're doing our seasonals, and already people are asking for that to be a core.
That's Evocation, it's a Saison style ale. Saison,
very smooth.
Saison was the first beer that I had with my beer aha moment. So that's why I named it Evocation, because it evokes the feelings of when I first discovered the wonders that craft beer held.
It's a Belgian style. You get a little bit of lemon and pepper notes in it, and very effervescent, very light, very approachable. It was important to us to have our flagship beer be approachable. We know the craft beer community in Las Vegas is still growing. We're still transitioning a lot of beer drinkers to the craft. So we wanted something that they could appreciate and understand and not kind of knock them over. So.
And this is a great choice for a variety of beer because it sounds daunting. It's definitely a very crafty style in the US still, but it's such a smooth, easy drinking beer. Exactly. So this is a perfect, it's almost like a gateway beer.
That was the reason why. And it's 4.7 ABV, so it's very approachable. People though, when you talk about some of the different notes that they can kind of pick up on, so they can kind of get that aspect of it. But again, it's not like an IPA where something is very intense and it kind of pushes them away. We want to kind of welcome them into craft beer, and we think this is a perfect gateway beer for that.
I do like that the industry is trending that way, because for a while it was IPAs. IPAs were the gateway beer, but I mean, you were killing people with hops.
Very much
so you had to get over it, and then you're like, okay, now I get these IPAs. But on the other side of the hill sits the Saison, and now though, I think this has transitioned to become the gateway beer. These and even sours to some, but though that's a little bit more adventurous. So to start with this and bring this to Vegas is a good move.
Yeah, well thanks. And also it's hot. People don't realize, in Vegas in the summertime it gets really hot. So you don't want to be drinking, a very large, big beer, high ABV. You want something that, you're cutting the grass, you can grab a beer, or you're out on the boat or at the lake or whatever. So we wanted something that could be a year-round beer here in Las Vegas as well.
So 8 months of the year it's really hot. So this beer is like light-bodied, just gentle bitterness. It's really designed to showcase the yeast character, and it throws off a lot of peppery and lemon notes. So we didn't want to complicate that too much. It's just got noble hops, so it's lots of sours in there, and that's just to accentuate the lemony notes, so lift it up. We also wanted it at 4.7% alcohol so that you can drink a lot of them. Stay hydrated.
I like the idea that you can drink a lot of them. That's fantastic.
It's a perfect beer for like a Vegas summer.
Absolutely.
And we've got 9 months worth of summer here.
Yeah, so you do. It gets really hot here. It does. Are there any styles you haven't done yet here that you're looking to do?
You'll see us kind of focus more on hop-forward styles and Belgian-style beers. So people have been getting a little bit of a taste of that. We've got a few specialty batches that we'll be pumping through as well.
Besides the beer, you've got some fantastic artwork here. There's an amazing mural right behind you. What's the story here?
Story here, we, again, in fostering the community, we think it's important to support local. And a lot of our products and things that we sell here, merchandise-wise, also are local. And then we also wanted to have a local art piece. So this is released every seasonal. We already had our first artist come in, and she did an amazing job with our rye beer. And the idea was we were going to erase it and then have a new artist come, and the piece was so fantastic. It was very hard to do, but I pulled it off the wall and it's hanging up in the brewery.
Yeah, chalk art as well.
Chalk art as well.
And then this was
spray it and kind of lacquer it. And then this one when I mounted it, I made sure not to adhese it to the wall basically, so that I can actually pull it off. So again, Kelly was the local artist here, and she just did an amazing job. So this was on our Comrade Day. Customers could come in, guests could come in 2 weeks prior to Comrade Day and watch the live install. Again,
that's cool.
Come, have a local beer, watch the local art going on.
Have a beer, watch someone work.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, you
like
very
that?
Communist, comrade stouty. That's fantastic. You guys are churning out some wonderful stuff to make people rethink what they know about Vegas. This is delicious, and I got to thank you guys for that.
Cheers.